Hello everyone. I don't know why my camera thing is weird. It's super weird. I don't like it. I gotta choose a video to react to. Anime. What's a video that I should react to?
I don't know.
Oh, Garfield. What's the Garfield thing? Who's it by? All right. odd1sout. Forgot.
One word. Odd one.
I didn't press this. What's going on?
It's a little glitchy because the buttons are in your way, but you can just press your camera capture thing in the corner.
Oh, just move it over there.
I can just move it around. But if
Garfield. If for some reason it pressed Garfield instead of Garfield, I don't know. Well, I should do. One word?
Yeah, one word. Odd. No, it's the number one.
odd1sout.
S-O-U-T. First comic I ever made.
Okay, yay. Hold on, I have to turn this up.
The very first comic I drew was this fan-made Garfield comic that I did when I was like 9. This was the Garfield comic that came out when I was born. Okay, back to Twilight.
Back to Twilight.
That's what he was talking about in the video. He mentioned that in.
What's going on with my camera?
It's just loading.
Oh, my camera thing. It's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't work on these Samsung tablets. It only works on this LG one. The camera, of course, I'm talking about.
Hello? James? We found it. What did you find?
One of his friends on YouTube.
Why won't it load good? Hold on.
Probably the Wi-Fi.
Let me try my room.
The Garfield comic, man. So remember how I said the first comic I made was a Garfield comic? Of course you remember. I just showed you a clip of it. So apparently my mom kept it. That just amazes me. I need to call her. Hold on.
Hello?
Hey, Mom, I just want to say that you have a hoarding problem. Like, seriously, you need to throw some stuff away once in a while. Okay, bye. Man, I love her. Did you know the creator of Garfield, Jim Davis, is 70 freaking years old? And he's still making Garfield? How do you even... And he's made 14,000 comics? Oh, he has co-artists, and he doesn't even draw them anymore. Well, I just lost a bit of respect for my hero. If you guys wanted to start reading Garfield, you have a lot of catching up to do. So you know I love Garfield. It was a big inspiration to me. So much so that the very first comic I ever made was about Garfield. And I know in the video I said that I made it when I was like 9. But looking back at this, I want to say that I was like 6 months old. It's that bad. So, everyone shut up, and without further ado, this is the very first comic I made. Okay, let me explain some stuff. Let's go over this panel by panel. See how there's a graphic in this corner here? Well, Jim would make a unique graphic on every Sunday comic. So this is a Sunday comic, everyone. That means it's in color. Orange is a color. So the first panel, there's Odie, Garfield, and John. And John is saying, "Happy birthday. It's Garfield's birthday." And they're about to eat this physically impossible looking cake. So there's this running joke in the Garfield comic that Garfield hates his birthday because he's getting way older. He's in his late 30s now. Jeez! So keep that in mind, because in the next panel... Wah. You might not be able to tell from the comic, but that's the sound of a fire truck pulling up. Because in panel number 3, there's firefighters saying, "Where's the fire?" And you know they're firefighters because this guy's holding a fire hose. It's a hose, okay? I was 6, you perverts! I just want to point out that I spelled fire like how it should be spelled. Fire. Really? This is the wrong way if you think about it. Fiery. In case you didn't get the joke, there's so many candles on Garfield's cake that it was enough to warrant a visit from the firemen. Because Garfield is so old, then he just has a bunch of candles on his cake. And then in the next panel, John explains to the fireman that there was nothing to worry about. My cat just having a B-day. Garfield's still confused, though. In the next panel, the cake is falling apart as we speak, and we hear another sound effect. It's beep, beep. Now, if we follow the speech bubble, we can clearly see that the sound is coming from the ceiling. John already knows what's happening because he says, "Oh no, And then in a brand new color, blue, it starts raining on them. It was the sprinkler from above. John runs away going, ah! You know, something similar happened with sprinklers in the Incredibles movie. Oh shoot, I gotta call it the Incredibles 1 in case you're watching this after June 2019. So if I got inspiration from the Incredibles 1, which came out in 2004, that would mean I would be a minimum of 8 years old. So maybe I did make this comic when I was 9.
Wait, so how
That
old
is, I'm
is he?
assuming I stole that joke from the Incredibles movie, which I wouldn't put past myself. Alright guys, what if I told you there was a second Garfield comic that I made? I'm a little hesitant to show you because, I don't know what's going on in this one. So let's look at it and see if we can figure it out together. So it starts with a Garfield graphic. It's another Sunday comic. It doesn't seem as excited as the other one, though. Then in panel 1, we see... what is that? I think that's a toothbrush and that's toothpaste. And it says Teth on it. Okay, panel 2. John walks up to said Tethbrush and Tethpaste, and then he says, they say you should use to pee big
What?
past.
What?
I was in honor classes, you know. Then it looks like he's about to brush
You
his
should
teeth with a
use
massive teth brush,
toothpaste
and then
in the size of a
Garfield,
pea.
that's
I
not
get
pea, sis. And then I don't even know. I don't know what that is. And then there's 2, and one's green. And then we see Garfield say, yes, it is. So, like I said, I don't know what this one's about. I don't know
That's
what the
hilarious.
joke is. I just don't get it. So I will make you an offer. I will give
Tethbrush and
$20 to
tethpaste.
anyone that explains what this
What's up
comic
with
is
my
trying
camera? I
to
don't
do.
like
Actually, let's make it a prime $23. So $23 to anyone who can decipher this. I will be taking your guesses on Twitter and in the YouTube comments, and I will give out the $23 to whichever explanation I think explains the comic the best. So not necessarily the first person to get it will get the $23, just whichever one I see first. I would also appreciate it if you guys had a PayPal or, you know, some easy way of transferring money
Okay,
over.
well.
And I want to say that in the last video, while I was bashing the name Hunter, there was a Patreon with the name Hunter. So while I was making fun of the name, his name was just slowly scrolling up. And I just checked, and he is still supporting me, so I'm glad I didn't offend him. Thank you, Hunter. Also in news, VidCon is coming up really soon. I'm excited for that. And
I'll do the explained one. Okay, no. No, 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 no. I hate ads. They're horrible.
what the joke is, I just don't get it. So I will make you an offer. I will give $20 to anyone that explains what this comic is trying to do. So immediately after posting the Garfield video, which for whatever reason you haven't seen, you should go watch it, I had a bunch of people trying to figure out what the second Garfield comic was. And you guys got it almost immediately, like within minutes. I saw a bunch of other comments out there that had the right explanation, but it was the user Solo McCraft's comment that I saw first, and it was the most upvoted. Some people probably spent a good 10 minutes typing out all these explanations. I'm sorry, but this guy was first. So after trying to figure out how to message him on YouTube, I asked if he had a Twitter. He said he did, and we talked there. You got a PayPal? No, I'm only 15.
That's hilarious.
So we decided that I would pay him via a Steam gift card. I just wanted to mention that and say that I was true to my promise of $23. Except Steam only has $20 gift card, so I guess $3 is still on the table. So now, what you've all been waiting for, let me explain what this comic was trying to do. So that is a toothbrush, and that is toothpaste, and that is John walking up to it. And okay, you know how adults and dentists tell kids that the amount of toothpaste you should put on a toothbrush should be the size of a pea? Well, that's what John was trying to say. They say you should use the amount of toothpaste that is similar to the size of a pea. See, this word pea is supposed to be the pea as in the vegetable pea. I think that's what threw me off the most, is because I kept thinking that this was a potty joke. Then John is going to brush his teeth, and he says, Garfield, that's not pea-sized. And he says this because Garfield is holding a toothbrush with a mountain of toothpaste. I thought this was like a spray or something. And then Garfield says, yes, it is, because the toothpaste is pea-sized because he has a massive pea. That's why it's green. This is a pea as in the vegetable. I don't know why it's not round, though. But I get the comic now! That was stupid. I just want to talk about this comment on the video I saw. That's not Garfield. That's your own original character. Garfield. And I really like that. And he's drawn like this. I love it. See, that's Garfield, and this is Garfield. And okay, there were a couple of people who redrew the comic and sent it to me. And it's funny because some of them, I don't think they knew what was happening either. So I'm just going to read some of the comics that people sent to me. these 3 comics right here, they were actually correct. They got it right. I like how this one says, not as excited. There's a toothbrush, and then John's walking up to the toothbrush, and they basically all say the same thing. They say you should use a pea-sized amount of toothpaste, and then he's going to go brush his teeth, and I like how this one has a massive toothbrush, and then they all go, Garfield, that's not pea-sized. And then you see Garfield with the mountain of toothpaste, and he's like, yes it is, because he has another pea. I like this one because it's like actually round, and all the rest didn't get it right. And this one I really like the facial expressions. There's like, he's walking up and he says, they say you should use the really big toothpaste. He's about to go and says, Garfield, that's not paste. And then he's, yes it is. Oh, I love it. This one, it feels like a computer should be reading this one.
Here is the bathroom, where the comic will take place. John walks in looking awake as ever. They said to always brush your teeth with toothpaste. He talks about what his dentist said. He gets his IDK.
Okay, well.
Garfield, that's not a piece. Garfield interrupts him by doing, listen. He basically pulls up the water pipe and water goes everywhere. John is upset. Then Garfield pulls up the sewage drain as well. So there is gross liquid everywhere. John is scared now. Garfield explains it all in one sentence. Yes, it is.
Good job, man. This one, I love the creative take on it. First, it's called garnish. Then John comes
Garnish,
in.
what?
They say you should use the big toothbrush to remove all your last night mistakes. And then he has another giant toothbrush. Garfunkel, that's not a toothbrush.
Okay.
I know, John, it's a crack pipe. Well, life has no real meaning anyway. Ah, that was great. I like how he took what this was supposed to be a toothbrush and made it look like a crack pipe. And to be honest, it looks more like a crack pipe than a toothbrush. So good job. And this one was made like 20 minutes after I posted the video. It was drawn super fast. And I like how they drew Garfield, how I drew Garfield. So he goes, Garfield, that's not pieces. Translation, that's not your toothbrush. He takes it. And then translation, to fight John for toothbrush ownership, Garfield unleashes his secret power. Yes, it is. His secret power is being able to control a green slime. So this next one was drawn by a comic friend of mine. He makes a comic called Doggy Bag. He's on Tumblr and iFunny. I actually collabed and made a comic with him before. So this one is actually a remake of the Fire comic. And I just love all the attention to detail in this one. It starts by saying, by James R., age 6. Illustrated by Doggy Bag. And that's our Twitter. And he calls it Garfield. And so we see John saying happy birthday, and then wah, and then firefighters go, where's the fire? And then John goes, my cat just having a B-day. I like how the cake is falling apart. The beep beep, and the first beep looks funny like how it was in the first one. And John goes, oh no. Ah! For some reason, I just love how lifeless Garfield looks in this comic.
548
So anyway, those were all the
dislikes?
comics. Sorry if I missed any. Thanks for watching. We're not going to do an end card, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.
what?
No, I'm not going to do the mwah this time.
Okay. I don't understand Earth anymore. Well, I've never really understood Earth, but eh. Well, bye everyone. I'll see you next time.